Yeah, it was. In the end, overall, it was that third quarter where Essendon dominated for a period of it, and we couldn't kick a goal. Had a couple of chances, but it didn't grab those chances, so we weren't good enough in that aspect. We had opportunities to make it either a closer result or get the result our way, but we weren't good enough to take that.
There was times when you got spare men back, obviously when they got a run on, but it seemed a couple of times they made the players that they made a move too late. Was it? Did it just look like that, or was that the case?
I'm not sure. What do you mean they made it too late?
Well, you can see one time I saw Coxie calling Embers back, and just wondering whether there's a trigger that. You got triggers in place when the team gets run on.
Yeah, there certainly is, and it depends on what roles there are. So they would have been just confirming, what roles they're playing in that. But overall, we can get better at that for sure. The players weren't as composed when we had the chance to go inside 50 in that third quarter. We rushed it in there to their numbers and let them run it out again. Whereas if we had been a bit more composed, I think we could have found open players working back inside 50.
What did you find changed on you? They seem to be pushing a lot of men up in that first quarter, and then they probably opened up a little bit more in that second.
It's pretty hard to pick. They started winning the footy. They dominated possession. That was the big change up, which was credit to them. Turn around where we had been on top there, and get right back on top there. So that was probably the biggest thing. That then meant they got it inside 50 quick, and when we tried to then slow them up, we weren't as composed as we should have been.
Kerr was amazing early, and then Hocken went on to him. Is that the next challenge to play well when another players are really tackling?
Yeah. I think we're well and truly aware that we want Curry just to keep getting through games of footy at the moment and get used to what he can do again. So we're seeing some really good signs, and it's not far away. It's we've always said probably still another few weeks away before we think he's what you'd call getting back to his match hardened stuff. So he's up for the challenge, which is good.
Do your players need to get better at starting to protect him again too? I mean, you were so good at it in the past, but there seem to be too many times where you just got battered when your players probably should be looking after your best ball getter a bit better.
There's times when you can, there's times when you can't. If Curry knows, and as all players do, there's times when you do wear a bit of heat and it opens up other teammates to get clearances. So, Curry's aware that there's times when he won't be able to be blocked and left free, but that's because that's not his role in that stoppage.
Your captain said in the pre-season that it was time to win a derby. Do you feel the same way?
We want to win every game we play, so we're disappointed today and looking forward to hitting up in the derby. It's a big challenge for us, and I'm not sure how many it is, but I'm sure someone will tell me what the run is. But it's just another game.
Do you feel that sentiment that he does though? Because obviously from a player point of view, he's had enough.
Well, yeah, it's also that we've now lost 3 games against pretty good opponents, and we've played okay. So we don't want to just keep playing okay and losing. For us as a club now, to show we really want to grow and get better, and we are improving. We need to win some of these tough games against good opponents, and Fremantle are right up there with the best. There's no doubt that they're going to play in the finals this year. So we've got to be prepared to match them and beat them.
Did you take the opportunity to go and watch them yesterday?
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
It was an interesting game. Fremantle obviously had their chances in the first quarter, and let Richmond stay within reach or even in the game, and it was interesting.
How would you expect they'd respond from that game yesterday?
Probably like they do every week, which is go out to play at their best.
Just the Luke Adams situation is immensely tough. Nick's a good friend of his. How did he get through the week? Obviously, it's pales in comparison with Luke's situation.
Sure, yeah. Well, we've got a fairly good support network. Nick's spent a bit of time at the hospital and supporting Luke's family. And it's just one of those things. He knew he's here to play footy and got himself ready to go, and I'm sure he'll continue to offer support to the family. And he's a good young man like that. He's, he knows where the balance lies in sport and life, and I thought he showed a lot of good signs tonight.
Probably could have been nearly 5 goals after quarter time, John. How disappointing on the goal kicking front are you today?
I'm not really sure of the easy ones we missed, but I know we hit the post 3 times from shots at.
Coxie missed that set shot and then he dropped the mark just on quarter time.
Yeah, I can't remember those exact, but even if it's a one shot a goal that you believe is a shot that you'd kick 9 times out of 10, we want you to kick it. So I do remember Coxie's, and he has plenty of shots at training and nails those. In this situation, he didn't. We'd like to think that he knows he will nail it 9 times out of 10.
Big contrast from last year's game in round 16 in that Mark and Crack kicked the 12, and this year you've got such a more even spread of goal kickers. That obviously very important.
Yeah, although Lecker kicking 12 today would have been handy. Would take that still. No, a lot of our players have come on from our total reliance on Lacroix last year, and Josh Kennedy's performing really well. Lynch is in a lot better form, and McCoskey's added something and playing well. I was pleased with what Jarek Whedon showed in his first game tonight in that last quarter. So we are improving in that area, and we've got to continue to be good enough to take our opportunities and win.
And that will allow Mark to play more in the midfield. Is that
Yeah.
where you'd like him to?
There'll always be a balance where he'll play a fair bit of time as a dangerous forward, but he will be able to go through the midfield as well.
Eric McKenzie, John?
Yeah, it's pulled up from training with a sore foot. So on Friday he presented and said his foot was fairly sore. So we decided to leave him back in Perth so we could get the scans done there rather than putting him on the plane and then trying to organise it over here. So he had all that done late Friday, and the decision was made later that night to rule him out for this week's game. So we got Shepherd organised to be on the next morning's flight out.
Available?
I haven't heard the full report. So from what I gather, it was stay off the foot for the weekend.
Stress fracture or something like that?
No. So we're hopeful we've got it before it got to that, and we can manage him through it, which means he may be right to play. It'll all depend on how he feels training on it this week.
Mark Harvey said after his loss yesterday that he wouldn't tolerate and he'd make changes after a loss like that on the road. How do you sort of look at your side now in terms of the derby?
We'll certainly have a look at what we've got available. We had some Gaff played really well on the WAFL, as did Marston, as did Dalziel, and Ashton Ham's in good form. We're hopeful that we'll have McGinnity and McKenzie available as well. So we've got a lot of options to look at, and players in really good form. But the guys who are out there aren't going too bad. They're putting their hand up to say they want to stay on the side. So it's going to be a tough selection.